You know, let's just get straight into it. All right. First video by Degenerosity, My Job Experience. He uses the J word in this video. Oh, thanks for the warning, man.
Today, I'll be talking about one of humanity's
Is okay, there we go.
Today, I'll be talking about one of humanity's biggest fears.
Jobs.
A job! This is a horrifying path that almost everybody will have to eventually face in their life.
Unfortunately.
Whether we like it or not. And most of the time, we don't. But everyone has to get their bread somehow. So we just gotta suck it up and pray that we win the lottery or our parlay hits one day. Because let's be for real,
The parlay.
nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real aspirations for a certain type of work, I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity to get paid however much you get paid now and not work that job again, we would take it. Cause
Obviously, but then like I feel like people wouldn't know what to do with their time. They'd just be doing some random bullshit and then get bored after a while until they find what they actually want to do.
most of us see jobs as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet. There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive marketing promoter for $1 billion company. But I digress. I'm just saying, I doubt that is most people's passions to work at a 9-to-5 at a warehouse lifting boxes.
Not that there's anything wrong with 9-to-5s, but definitely not the ideal situation. Like you use the 9-to-5 to supply what you actually want to work on.
I don't mean any disrespect, but am I wrong? Plus, it's fun being unemployed. As long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your time from being grandmaster on Rivals and watching reels.
Okay, so yes, being unemployed, it would be fun for like the first week, but then after that, you're gonna be like, you low-key look gay. Oh, thank you, man. Anyway, it would be like fun for the first week and a half, but then after that, like you would struggle to supply what you would need to do, you know?
That's too much. But eventually you want to get your own stuff. You know, young boy tickets ain't free. Or life really hits you in the face and now you actually have bills. So eventually we all have to get a job. However, you know what's harder than actually deciding to get a job? Finding one that hires you. I swear you
That
can
is
send
true.
100 applications to 100 different places and all of them would still ghost you. You think with how many job openings you see, the businesses are desperate to find people. But nah, it feels like they're posting it as bait.
No, I feel like they have to meet a quota for that shit because there'll be so many places claiming they need to work, but then they have like no acceptance. Like they just deny everybody. Even like a simple fucking store job, they'll be like, yeah, we're looking for people, but then all you got to do is go in and pretty much stock shelves and they'll still say no.
To mess with people or steal
Or they'll just cut hours randomly and then people leave.
info. Not only that, if this is your first job, you're gonna have a harder time because even the quote-unquote entry-level jobs are asking for a qualification of having prior experience. Like, isn't that what this job is for? How is someone supposed to get experience and not be homeless while almost every decent paying job requires that? And trying to apply for a job on LinkedIn or Indeed is like sending your application into a void. I swear none of those people be reading them. You could have the most stacked profile on LinkedIn. You got a bachelor's, master's, discovered the cure for cancer. Then you send in an application for your dream job to your dream company. Then they write back to you saying, we've read your application. Unfortunately, the CEO's daughter has took your position that you applied for.
Is there I know there's like dream jobs. Like one of my friends wants to be a doctor, but like unless you're going into the health type of profession, do people actually have like dream jobs anymore? I feel like most people nowadays are like, a job? Ew. I want to work on what I want to work on. Or they just don't want to work at all and don't have anything they want to do, which is a problem. But I feel like there's not really that many dream jobs people look at anymore. For real.
So get the fuck on. Back when I was still applying for jobs, I literally gave up on sending applications on those sites because I'd never get a response back. Like, damn, was my application that bad? Even when your application does get noticed and you get set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit ass questions. Why did you choose our business?
Yeah, I hate when they ask that. Like every time I do my best not to like laugh. I mean, I've had like 3 interviews. I worked 3 jobs. I worked in a warehouse and then 2 stores. But like they'll always ask that dumbass question of like, why do you want to work here? I got bills, bro. Like I need money. Economy sucks.
Y'all hiring. Like, what's up?
Dead
What
ass.
is your main motivation to get your work done? Money?
Money,
What else am I here for?
survival,
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
alive.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
not here.
Yeah.
That's just me being honest with my answers. What do you want me to do? Work here for the rest of my life? This is a Wendy's. So you gotta lie with any question they ask. You have to make yourself look as good as possible. So you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if they asked you a stupid question like, would you still work this job even if there was no pay? You
What?
say absolutely.
Is that a question they ask for real? Has that actually been asked? Obviously not. Like the job, like unless it's like a internship for a job that is going to be guaranteed to give you like decent pay, or you want to prove yourself to that company, there is no way someone would be like, yeah, yeah, this CVS, I will work here for free. You know, I just do it for the love of the game. No one's doing that. No one's like, yeah, let's do that.
I always wanted to be a slave. Congratulations, you have successfully become employed. The end of your life starts Tuesday. After starting a job, I feel after the first week, you can find out whether you like it or quit it the next month. And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision. It's your boss and coworkers.
Jiggle my balls.
They can
True. Most of the time, I feel like customers aren't even the main thing. Like if you actually deal with people with work like customers aren't even the main reason why you would leave. I feel like sure you would get mad and pissed off at them, but you're not gonna get mad enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna jeopardize my fucking livelihood because I don't fuck with them, right? You would just be like, all right, they're annoying, but I'm gonna forget about them. But if you have to deal with an annoying boss or annoying coworkers, you have to stay with them and just interact. So yeah.
make or break this whole thing. If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's amazing.
Exactly.
That's how my last real job was. I used to be a waiter for weddings and other events. That job low-key had me stressing because I wasn't good at the start. I was awkward taking orders. I would mess up orders. And one time I even dropped a whole tray of food I was carrying at the wedding. Best believe I didn't get tips that day.
Yeah,
And
definitely
what would
not.
get me kind of jealous is that some of my coworkers would walk out and carry 2 trays full of food on one shoulder. Like, damn, bro, are you Samoan? Those trays are mad heavy and so out of balance. But you know what kept me going? It was the fun time I had with my coworkers and boss. They were cool as hell. We had a carpool to get to the events. It was always
Oh,
a vibe and
okay.
a good time. They made my experience.
Okay. My coworkers, I'm not gonna lie, every single boss I've had has sucked ass. Literally every boss I've had has been an annoying person, truthfully speaking. But they're just being a boss for the most part. But they're not interesting and they're just workaholics. That's all I've been that's all the interactions I had with bosses. Coworkers, on the other hand, I've had like boring coworkers, and then there's coworkers that like think they're funny and they're just not. And those are honestly the worst ones because they're just gonna keep thinking they're funny no matter what, or they're gonna keep being boring.
Imagine working a 16-hour shift and walking out of it happy. One day I clocked in for a double shift for a wedding and a sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m. and clocking out at 1:30 a.m.
Oh,
Granted, I was
damn.
after that shift and had to take off my shoes more than once, but I got $60 worth of tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like
Wait, hold on. Did I hear that right? He worked from 9, he said 9:30 a.m. What did I just do? He said he worked 9:30 a.m.
double shift for a wedding and a sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. and he only got $60 in tips from weddings. That
clocking out
sounds
at 1:30
low.
a.m.
I thought it would be higher. I feel like you would get more tips at weddings. I'm gonna be honest.
Granted, I was dead after that shift and had to take off my shoes more than once, but I got $60 worth of tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like Gucci. And I believe I only felt like this because the environment I was around was nice. Sometimes I've had to serve some aggressive people at some points.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. What
Yeah,
can I
shit
get out
happens.
here
That's
for
just people though. You're always gonna run into them eventually.
you? A bitch.
If I had trash co-workers or a trash boss, I would have not stayed at that job for long. I have zero patience for bullshit. Literally. Like example, the first job I've ever had in my senior year of high school, I was a janitor at a warehouse. I had no co-workers, so I had nobody to talk to, and my boss was not a bad person, but a bad boss. I'd be working shifts that were 2 to 3 hours every few days, cleaning the break rooms, hallways, and bathrooms.
2 to 3 hours. Damn.
So my pay wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
But since I was still in school, I was just thinking I'm making money and I got more time to study and goon. That sounds like a win-win. But when payday arrived, I would only be paid for half the hours I worked. Sometimes.
What? Is that not illegal? I feel like that's
Less.
illegal.
I was already barely working as is, combined with a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up pee-pee and poo-poo. Man, I'm not taking that. Plus,
Okay, so I was waiting for his story to end, but an experience I had with like an annoying customer, the most recent is like yo. So I work in a store and obviously Thanksgiving's around the corner, and people for some reason they lived for like 50 years straight on this earth celebrating Thanksgiving, and they don't understand how shit works. They just always go to the store last minute to buy a fucking turkey, and then they'll come up to me and they'll be like, yeah, so when are you guys getting turkeys? We're out. I don't know. I don't control that. I'm not the manager. I could ask my manager, and they're like, I'm gonna just go to this other store. What do they expect me to say to that? Every single time I just respond, okay, have a good one, like have a good drive or some shit like that. What do you want me to do with that information? Like, those are the annoying customers that think that their words will mean anything to me. They want me to like DoorDash a turkey from another store for them just so they don't go to another store. I don't give a fuck what store you go to at all. Like, I'm getting paid the same regardless. Like, get out.
He only paid me through Cash App. You've ever had a job that only paid you through Cash App? Man, I had to go. I only
Cash
worked there
App?
for a few weeks. He did pay me the rest of the money after, so he cool, but man, warehouse jobs are not it. My patience...
Nah, like, warehouse jobs are definitely not it, but he just got fucked over. He's the only janitor in the whole warehouse. He's working 2 to 3 hours and he only got paid half of his paycheck every time he was getting paid. You were in a terrible situation. That is not normal. Even for warehouses, that's not normal. Like, but warehouses suck ass. That is true.
My patience dwindled faster when I got accepted at BJ's, and I worked there for
What's up,
one
Jonah?
day. I asked to go to the bathroom and left during orientation. I discovered they weren't what they advertised. How you gonna call yourselves BJ's without expecting people to have certain expectations? That's false advertising. So I left. That wasn't really the reason. I just didn't want to work in the freezer. That's valid. My waiting job, then YouTube, and now here I am, unemployed since. I'm just saying I can understand the
put that
struggles
grind
of
in.
looking for and having a job, especially the ones you only take to make ends meet. And the unemployed life can be really fun when you have stuff to fall back on.
Exactly.
If not, it will only be short-term satisfaction.
Literally what I was saying. Like, you could be unemployed the first week or two where you still have the funds from the last paycheck will be cool. But then once that like week and a half hits, you're just stressed because you're like, damn, I gotta get another job fast. Otherwise, I'm on the streets.
Eventually, you have to get a career, deal with any of the shortcomings of it, and do that for the rest of your life.
No.
The American dream. So when looking for a job, make sure to get one that you like if you have the privilege to do so. That's all I really wanted to say. And in conclusion, enjoy unemployment while you still can.
Facts. Hey, that was a good video. Shout out Degenerosity. We got, do I want to do one more? I actually might do all of them. All right.
Imagine
So for this next video, it's did shrooms make us human? I have no clue. I have no clue what type of video this is gonna be. It seems like it's gonna be like speculative about how we came to be, but it's by North O2. Did shrooms make us human?
if the leap from ape to human didn't start with tools or fire, but with a trip. And not a metaphorical one either. According to one of the strangest and most controversial ideas,
And I'm assuming by what, like, obviously the thumbnail had shrooms on it. Is he saying like um that shrooms changed our brain in a way that it forced us to evolve differently?
in anthropology, early humans evolved partly because they ate psychedelic mushrooms. It's called the stoned ape theory, and it asks a wild question. What if
That's an actual
psilocybin was
theory?
a secret ingredient behind human consciousness? It's the kind of idea that sounds like a plot to a science fiction novel, but it's a real hypothesis, and it's captured the imagination of psychonauts, mystics, and even curious scientists ever since. But before we dismiss it or believe it, let's see where the evidence actually leads.
Okay, my first question about this theory is, would are they expecting this to be like over generations of consuming the mushrooms, or is the theory like it happened within that generation because they ate so much of the shrooms, or what? Because like I'm not interested in shrooms, but I feel like a person that ate shrooms every day would still at the end of the day, I mean, we're human now, but would still mostly be just themselves, but on shrooms.
In the book Food of the Gods, Terence McKenna laid out one of the most controversial and psychedelic ideas ever proposed about human evolution. That the leap from Homo erectus to Homo sapiens was triggered not by fire, tools, or language, but by psilocybin mushrooms. He believed this shift happened during a critical environmental turning point. Around 2 million years ago, much of Africa was drying out. The lush tropical forests that once supported early hominins began to shrink. Climate shifts led to increasing desertification, pushing our ancestors out of the trees and into open savannas. Fruit became harder to find, and the old forest-based diets were no longer reliable. So our ancestors, like many species under pressure, adapted. They began following herds of grazing animals across the grasslands, scavenging whatever they could. From insects to tubers to whatever they found growing in the dung left behind by large herbivores. And this is where McKenna's theory kicks in. He proposed that, while foraging in this new environment, our ancestors came across Psilocybe cubensis, a psychoactive mushroom that naturally grows in cattle dung. Curious and hungry, they ate it. And according to
Okay, first off, if it's grown from dung, who's looking at that? Like, I'm sure like past humans, like at this point, weren't they would have the thought capacity to be like, that is shit, and that food is growing from it. Let's not eat that. Why would they eat something that's coming from poop?
McKenna, that moment, repeated over generations, sparked nothing less than a cognitive revolution. He claimed
over
that at low
generations.
doses, the psilocybin sharpened visual acuity, specifically edge detection, making early humans better hunters. They could spot predators, track prey, and navigate their surroundings more effectively. McKenna cited research from the 1960s by Roland Fisher and others who showed that psychedelics can heighten certain types of sensory perception. At slightly higher doses, he believed that the mushroom increased sexual arousal and energy, giving individuals a reproductive edge.
Isn't that like the same thing? Like, it's on a lesser scale, but like, I mean, since I'm on TikTok, I'll just refer to it as grass. But like, as a grass user, like, you definitely do become kind of more aware, but your brain isn't really, like, from my knowledge, changing. It's just, you're just thinking about it more. It's the same way how if you feel your heart beat afterwards, it's not your heartbeat really changing, it's just you're more aware of a scenario or situation type of thing.
Those who consumed the mushroom were more alert, more active, and more likely to mate, passing on their genes and giving rise to a population with both behavioral and neurological advantages. But the most radical part of McKenna's theory comes with the higher doses. He believed that psilocybin, in these larger amounts, helped dissolve the ego and blur the boundaries between self and other. This, he
Okay.
argued, would have promoted strong social bonding, communal rituals, and even group sexual practices.
So like Sonder.
McKenna imagined early tribes gathering together in mushroom-induced ecstasy, forming deep connections that led to greater genetic mixing and a shared sense of responsibility for the group's offspring. He also believed that these experiences were deeply spiritual. The visions, the sense of awe, the disintegration of the self, all of it, he thought, gave rise to the very first religious impulses. Our ancestors weren't just high, they were having what felt like encounters with the divine.
So
Most
breakthroughs.
importantly, McKenna argued that these altered states of consciousness stimulated activity in the brain regions tied to language, imagination, and symbolic thought. He claimed that this was the real origin of art, music, and spoken language.
Okay.
The mushroom wasn't just a drug, it was a neurological key that unlocked higher cognition. To McKenna, psilocybin mushrooms weren't just part of the diet. They were the driving force behind everything we now associate with being human.
Okay. If that's the case, would it be like the same effect now? Like, say humans never stopped. Would the progression keep going, like from the change of the mind? Or did it just reach a cap type of thing where it's just like no longer beneficial for the development of the brain?
Culture, religion, storytelling, scientific thinking, it all began in his eyes with the discovery of a psychedelic fungus growing in animal tongue on the African savanna. It's a theory that sounds a little absurd on the surface, but
Yeah.
it touches on something primal, something about curiosity, transformation, and the way altered states might shape who we are. McKenna's theory was not accepted by mainstream paleoanthropology, but his writing continued to live in the public consciousness. In recent years, the theory has gained some popularity with mycologist Paul Stamets. Mycologists study fungi, and though Stamets is mostly self-taught, he's widely recognized for advancing mushroom cultivation and public awareness of mycology. At a 2017 psychedelic science conference, Stamets stepped up to defend and modernize Terence McKenna's stoned ape theory. In his talk, Psilocybin Mushrooms and the Mycology of Consciousness, Stamets argued that the sudden doubling of the human brain starting 2 million years ago remains a mystery, and that psychedelics might offer a plausible explanation. Echoing McKenna, he imagined that early humans wandering the savannah, stumbling across psilocybin mushrooms growing from dung, eating them, and then experiencing dramatic shifts in perception and cognition. Stamets didn't claim to prove the idea, but he urged listeners to consider it a very, very plausible hypothesis for the rapid evolution of Homo sapiens.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. The early humans, or before they were even really humans, would they? I feel like the animal instinct after eating something like that, would that not just? Well, I guess there's animals that also purposely get to that point. Now that I think about it, there are animals that will purposely, like dolphins and porcupine. Not porcupine. Oh my god, pufferfish. I mean, like they purposely huff them because it does something to them. So I guess they wouldn't exactly be scared, but I feel like the psychedelic nature of it would like alter their fear probably.
The stone ape theory is undeniably fascinating. It's bold, imaginative, and taps into some of the deepest questions about consciousness and our early evolution. But now it's time to take a closer look and see if his ideas stand up to scrutiny. First, a quick clarification. Despite the name, it's not actually a theory in the scientific sense. It's a hypothesis,
Right.
an intriguing idea based on limited evidence, one that hasn't been rigorously tested or widely accepted by the scientific
How
community.
would you test that?
In everyday language, we often use theory to mean a guess. But in science, a theory is something far more substantial, a well-supported explanation backed by a strong body of evidence. If you take one thing away from this video, it is that the word theory and a hypothesis are not interchangeable.
I thought everyone knew this.
Okay, now let's dive into early evolution.
That's like one of the earliest things they teach you in science. Like that they literally hammer that into you, that a hypothesis is not a theory at all. Like a hypothesis is like the start of a theory, but it's not one because there's not enough backing it to be like, yeah, that could be accepted or seen as a possibility.
My favorite topics. McKenna posited that around 2 million years ago, much of Africa was drying out. The lush tropical forests that once supported early hominins began to shrink. Climate shifts led to increasing desertification, pushing our ancestors out of the trees and into open savannas. He is partially correct in this assessment, as Africa was drying out and the savanna was expanding between 2.8 to 2.5 million years ago. However, his idea about our ancestors being pushed onto the savanna is largely out of date. We know that hominins had been living in open environments long before the genus Homo even appeared. The Australopithecines, the predecessors to our genus, appeared over 4 million years ago. They were adapted to open environments as well as sparsely wooded environments. We know for a fact that the earliest species in our genus, such as Homo erectus and Homo habilis, were perfectly adapted.
Are those not the same thing? I mean, there's one is slightly more monkey looking, but they look like they could just be the same species, just with different features.
To open environments as far as 2 million years ago. So the aridification of Africa didn't force early humans onto the savanna, but rather they were already adapted to it. But this might actually play in McKenna's favor, as in these open environments, dung-loving psychedelic mushrooms were common. Genetic analysis suggests that Psilocybe cubensis, one of the most well-known magic mushrooms, likely existed across Africa well over 2 million years ago. However, they may have only been available during wetter seasons of the year. McKenna hypothesized
Because of
that
the
early
moisture?
hominids looking in the dung of large herbivores for grubs would have often come across these mushrooms. This is plausible as other primate species today, such as baboons and chimpanzees, flip over dung and dig through it to find beetle larvae and grubs.
Really?
Assuming that early humans would have tried these mushrooms from time to time,
So it was more for scavenging. Okay, I thought they would just like see them. I guess that would make sense. If the whole area is drying out and instead of going to hunt for something, you could just flip over some poop or search through it and then find like little snacks. I guess that makes sense. I don't know though. If I saw a mushroom, I mean obviously we know now not to do that. But if I saw something growing from the poop of something else, I would think it's bad.
it is plausible that they recognized them as an entertaining and stimulating experience. After all, a handful of animals appear to
Yeah.
seek out recreational substances. For example, multiple species, including chimps, will eat fermented fruit seemingly to enjoy the alcohol. Some
Oh.
monkeys in the Caribbean have become full-on alcoholics, and dolphins have been observed inhaling pufferfish toxins and acting inebriated.
Oh my god.
It is entirely possible that early hominins recognized the effects of mushrooms and enjoyed them, but could these substances have given them an edge? At the heart of the stoned-aped hypothesis is the idea that consuming psilocybin mushrooms gave early hominins a survival advantage. perhaps enhancing cognition, perception, or social bonding in ways that accelerated brain evolution. But from an evolutionary and scientific standpoint, this claim is highly speculative and lacks empirical support. To begin with, let's address McKenna's claims that low doses of psilocybin mushrooms can enhance visual acuity.
Okay, quick thing I need to check. I don't remember the name he just said or what. I was hoping someone in the comments would have put or typed out the mushroom he keeps saying. Hold on.
Particular claim is highly speculative and lacks empirical support. To begin with, let's address McKenna's claims that low doses of psilocybin mushrooms.
Okay, that's how you spell it? Okay, hold on. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna just hide that real quick. Let me actually search this. Oh, they actually are just referred as the magic mushrooms. Are they? Hold on. So yeah, that's what they look like. Are they illegal? They are illegal. They're prohibited. Okay, yeah, it's considered Schedule 1. That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
Can enhance visual acuity.
How do they... You have to get rights to test the mushrooms, but how do they go about it? Because if something is illegal, what qualifications do they have to go through for the government to allow the study of it? I don't get that.
Particularly edge detection, giving early humans an advantage in hunting and survival. This is one of McKenna's most specific and most misunderstood claims. According to him, sharper eyesight meant better tracking of prey, quicker spotting of predators, and ultimately more food and offspring. He often cited experiments by pharmacologist Roland Fisher to support this idea, claiming that his work showed that psilocybin improved vision in measurable ways. But here's the problem. That study didn't actually test visual acuity. What Fisher's team measured was depth perception and spatial distortion, not the ability to see fine details or sharpen visual edges. McKenna essentially took a study about altered perception and spun it into a story about enhanced vision. Furthermore, Fisher et al. Stated that psilocybin may not be conducive to the survival of an organism. To this day, no peer-reviewed research has shown that psilocybin improves human visual acuity. It alters perception, yes, it intensifies colors, distorts space, and can even make the world feel hyper-detailed, but those effects are subjective, and not the same as objectively seeing better. In fact, most controlled studies show that psychedelics introduce visual distortions, not clarity.
That's what I thought.
Microdosing trials, where people take tiny amounts of psychedelics to boost performance, have failed to show consistent benefits to perception or cognition. So did psilocybin make our ancestors see like hawks?
I honestly
Probably
don't think
not.
so.
McKenna's claim is imaginative, but it stretches the data beyond what the science supports. The idea of sharper vision under mushrooms may feel true to someone in the moment, but from an evolutionary standpoint, there's just no proof that this would actually work. Another one of McKenna's claims was that the use of these mushrooms led to a rapid increase in the size of the human brain. This is a legitimately interesting question. Why did the human brain supposedly double in a period of roughly 2 million years?
I think it was... I mean, there's many factors, but most likely the development of communication and then the need of living with each other, like, forced the brain to experience different things that would cause it to pretty much grow like a muscle. That's my guess.
Well, let's break down the increase in the human brain size based on species. Our genus evolved from Australopithecines, small-bodied, upright walking hominids with a brain size of around 400 to 550 cubic centimeters. Then, with the emergence of our genus, was Homo habilis dating to 2.4 million years ago with a brain size of 500 to 775 cubic centimeters. Then, Homo erectus appeared 2 million years ago, first with a slightly larger brain, and then by around 500,000 years ago, their descendants commonly had brains over 1,000 cubic centimeters. By the time our species appeared 300,000 years ago, hominids all over the world had brains larger than ours today, more than 1,500 cubic centimeters.
Really?
This includes Neanderthals, our ancestors, and East Asian hominids like Homo longi and likely Denisovans. Point being, the human brain size continued to increase around the world in varied environments. It wasn't unique to our species or to the
But does
savannah.
that even mean it's
Hominins in Europe
better?
to Southeast Asia were involving increasingly larger brains.
Like, I don't think larger means better. Like, isn't it that like our brains are better now because they're more condensed, there's ripples? Like, isn't it like the ripples in the brain that determine how good it is or something like that?
Except Homo floresiensis, but they were getting really small. It is difficult to reconcile this with the stoned ape theory. The idea that mushroom use from animal dung on the savannah led to our larger brains and higher intelligence doesn't square with our evidence. What about the other populations that may have not even had access to psychedelic mushrooms? Their brains were increasing as well, and this trend clearly goes back millions of years to the origin of our genus. The evolution of our brain is very unique, but it wasn't necessarily rapid. We were talking about 3 million years. There are plenty of other models that seek to explain why our brains got larger, and many models have hypothesized that the advent of cooking and meat consumption led to the surplus calories required to evolve a large brain. Other popular ideas surround social complexity and tool use. Ancient humans had an incredible amount of skills to master, places to remember, and relationships to keep intact. Such a demanding lifestyle may have led to
That's
the growth of
exactly
the
what I
brain.
was saying.
In fact, both Neanderthals and early modern humans had significantly larger brains than we have today. Over the past
doesn't mean
20,000
better,
years, we
probably.
have lost about a tennis ball worth of brain volume. Our modern brains might be more efficient than the brains of the past, making a smaller brain better overall. But the point is, ancient humans had incredibly complex lives and needed bigger brains.
The biggest flaw.
But perhaps the biggest problem with McKenna's hypothesis is also the most fundamental. Evolution only works on traits that are heritable, that is, traits passed down through genes. Eating a mushroom might temporarily shift your perception,
Yeah, that's not
reduce
really
your mood, or
permanent,
even
though.
make you more socially outgoing, but it doesn't rewrite your DNA. Those effects vanish in hours. They're not
If anything, that would just like fry your brain. What's the word I'm thinking of? The little things, the brain cells. If anything, I feel like it would fry the brain cells, making it worse, but you wouldn't really pass that down to the offspring. It would just change you, but not the offspring.
passed on to your children. Now, to be fair, McKenna did try to address this. He speculated that psilocybin increased sexual arousal and sociability, which could theoretically lead to more mating and more offspring. In this hypothetical scenario, the individuals who consumed mushrooms would have reproduced more often, gradually tipping the genetic scales in their favor. But here's the issue: there's no evidence this ever happened. We have no data suggesting that regular mushroom users in ancient populations had more children, or that those children inherited any cognitive benefits from their parents' trips. Even if psilocybin boosted libido in the moment, those behavioral effects are temporary. Not biological upgrades that natural selection can act on. This line of thinking also brushes against Lamarckian logic, the outdated idea that traits acquired during life can be passed down genetically, like suggesting if I lift weights and get strong, my kids will be born buff. It sounds intuitive, but evolution just doesn't work that way.
There is one that I heard. I don't know how true this is, but you can like pass down fears apparently. I was watching a video and it was explaining that depending on what fears you were subjected to through your life, you could pass that down to the offspring. Let me actually look that up real quick. Hold on. Let me search that.
So even if
Can you pass down fear to offspring? Yes, fear can be passed down to offspring through both learned behaviors and genetic inheritance. So yeah, like it's not impossible for stuff to get passed down, but probably not psychedelic wise. I don't know, because fear is also, it's like all mental, but it's like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it there's a possibility it could get passed down.
my kids will be born buff, It sounds intuitive, but evolution just doesn't work that way. So even if
What's up,
mushrooms did
user?
make some people more social, more aroused, and more mystical, it's all moot unless those effects somehow translated to genetic advantages. And so far, there's no evidence they did. Well, the hypothesis is cool and all, but what do actual scientists think? As learned people of science, we should look at things skeptically and not take things at face value just because they tell a good story.
Of course.
Anthropologists, evolutionary biologists, and cognitive science have looked at the stone ape theory with deep skepticism. The problem isn't that psychedelics have no effect.
Oh my god, I forgot to go back to the scene. Hold up.
More social, more aroused, and more mystical, it's all moot unless those effects somehow translated to genetic advantages. And so far, there's no
Because I'm clearly reacting right now.
evidence they did.
Bro, what? Like, what do you mean, why don't I play games? It's in the title. I'm reacting first, buddy. Come on now.
Well, the hypothesis is cool and all, but what do actual scientists think? As learned people of science, we should look at things skeptically and not take things at face value just because they tell a good story. Anthropologists, evolutionary biologists, and cognitive science have looked at the stone ape theory with deep skepticism. The problem isn't that psychedelics have no effects. They clearly do. The problem is connecting those effects to large-scale evolutionary changes in brain structure and behavior over millions of years.
Yeah, that's a little hard to tell because you would need to know for sure that it's repeatedly being used by the people that over time they keep using it, like through the offspring. And then you will also need to be able to measure the direct effects. But I don't know.
There is currently no fossil, genetic, or archaeological evidence supporting the idea.
Well, reacting is boring for some people, but since you're reacting, what if I requested a video? No, thank you. And if it is boring, I mean, those people will just find something else to do. It's not my problem.
That psilocybin had a direct
But I
impact on
already got a
human
game
evolution.
plan after
No evidence of
one more
widespread
vid.
psychedelic use that predates symbolic culture.
Or probably
no way
after
to
this
test
one.
whether tripping apes would gain selective advantages that would have translated into reproductive success. Cognitive neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Gallimore has noted that while psychedelics may influence thought and perception, there's no scientific mechanism linking these experiences to the slow generational grind of evolution. Other experts like paleoanthropologist John Hawkes have called the theory speculative at best. While open to interdisciplinary exploration, Hawkes and others emphasize that our understanding of human evolution needs to be built on observable evidence.
Yeah, I feel like this theory is, I mean, not even a theory. This hypothesis is forever going to be a hypothesis because there's just no way to go back in time and know for sure. Like, it's always just going to be like, what
Behavior,
if?
genetics, not on some what if scenario. And there's another issue, dose and frequency. For a substance to influence evolution, it would need to be consumed regularly by a large portion of population over generations and lead to actual survival and reproductive advantages.
Right.
That's a big ask for a mushroom that grows seasonally in specific conditions.
In poop.
Anthropologist Elisa Guerra Dose considers the idea too simplistic, potentially a reduction of a complex evolutionary process into a single aha or oh wow moment. She's also troubled by there being little evidence of such a pivotal moment, or of drug use at all so early in the archaeological record. My initial thoughts about the stoned ape hypothesis was, well, that's a cool idea, but how would we ever even prove it?
Exactly.
Hypothetically, we could find dental calculus from this early on showing mushroom consumption or mushroom residue on tools. Even if this evidence did exist, it would still be
That
quite
stays on for that long. You could see from one, the bones, like the teeth, and then their tools, if there's residue. I didn't think it would stay on there for that long. That's actually kind of crazy.
a stretch to correlate it to the gradual growth of our brains on multiple continents over 2 million years. Discussion of the stoned ape hypothesis is certainly interesting and makes some good podcast clips. But scientifically, it just doesn't stack
Yeah, that's
up.
a Joe
What I find
Rogan-ass
far more
podcast
interesting
take.
is the influence psychedelic substances had on more recent Stone Age cultures. We know for a fact that cultures around the world use various psychoactive substances for thousands of years. But just how far does this go back?
I feel like
Around 40,000
can't be that
years
long
ago,
ago.
human cultures in Africa, Europe, and Asia began to make complex art. Much of these paintings consisted of dreamlike depictions of animals and symbols. Though we don't have any tangible evidence that these paintings may have been influenced by psychedelics, the possibility is there.
Yeah, they might just be
Cave
shitty
paintings
at
made
art.
7,000 years ago in Algeria have a much clearer connection to these substances. The so-called mushroom shaman depicts a human figure with mushroom-like shapes surrounding their head and
Yeah.
limbs. Some interpret it as a spiritual figure engaged in a hallucinogenic ritual. Other paintings
Imagine it's like their mushroom god. Like that's their mushroom god. They had their own idea of a religion based on mushrooms from the psychedelics.
Some interpret it as a spiritual figure engaged in a hallucinogenic ritual. Other paintings depict people hunting, dancing, and doing something else. Mushrooms may have very well had a large influence on the culture of this region, but shamanism was a much wider phenomenon than just North Africa. In fact, it was once the dominant religious practice throughout most of the world. This is very important for our understanding because the connection between shamanism and psychedelics is strong across many ancient traditions. Shamans often act as intermediaries between the physical and spiritual world, using trance-like states to
What a
access
W
knowledge,
class.
perform healing, or guide communities. Psychedelics weren't just recreational, they were sacred tools. In many cases, these substances were used in rites of passage, seasonal ceremonies, or healing rituals that reinforced group bonds and transmitted cultural
What was
knowledge.
that?
Ceremonies.
What
or
is the
healing
purpose of this? Is it like washing the evil out the eyes? What is this?
rituals that reinforce group bonds and transmitted cultural knowledge. There is no doubt that psychedelics can be used to benefit cultures and societies, though I don't want to romanticize them. Psychedelic substances can vary widely in their effects and can be dangerous. Substances
course.
like datura used by the Aztecs are known to be extremely unpredictable. The substance itself is highly poisonous and
Isn't this the one that didn't a guy live as a ceiling fan for like 30 years off of this? Hold on. I think that's an actual thing. Hold up. Man lives as ceiling fan. Yeah, there's a it was Salvia, where he lived as a ceiling fan for 15 years, not Datura. Okay.
there are truly terrifying horror stories about bad trips. Overall, psychedelics might have not had a large effect on our early evolution, but they could have helped shape human culture, or contributed to visionary experiences that informed early spiritual systems.
Yeah.
Amanda Fielding of the psychedelic think tank Beckley Foundation says that the stoned ape theory is at very least a valid reminder that humans have always been drawn to mind-altering substances. The imagery that comes with the psychedelic experience is a theme that runs through ancient art, so I'm sure that the psychedelic experience and other techniques like dancing and music were used by our early ancestors to enhance consciousness, which then facilitated spirituality, art, and medicine. So did psychedelics make us human?
Probably not.
There's no evidence.
Probably
for
was
that.
just
But
used
did
in the
they shape the way
process.
that early humans thought, felt, and connected with one another? Very possibly. What McKenna got right is that consciousness is strange, and evolution isn't just about brute survival. It's also about creativity, community, and meaning. And in that sense, psychedelics may have played a subtle but significant role in how human culture unfolded. They could have helped inspire early mythology, facilitated emotional healing, or offered insights into the self and the cosmos.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably would spark more introspection. Probably. Like they would probably see shit and be like, wow, why is this happening to me? What even is reality? Because if you like experience your whole life, I mean, as sober, with no mind altering stuff, and then your first experience with a mushroom is the psychedelics, you would be like, which one is real? Or like, is there only one way to perceive reality? Because there's no definitive proof that the way I perceive reality would be the same way that someone else would. So it would be like, it would probably make them just think more about their surroundings than others. And then that would probably just connect them through communication, because they would be like, okay, if I experience this, what are they experiencing, type of thing. I don't know. I feel like that's probably the most that would happen. Like they would connect through it, but it wouldn't the mushroom itself wouldn't change their brain. It would be just pretty much fuel for their thoughts.
Psychedelics, in that context, may have acted as mirrors or magnifiers of the human spirit.
Wow, he's
Still,
about to
it's
say what I
important to
said.
separate poetry from science. The stoned ape theory is a story, and a good one at that. But not every good story is true. The real story of human evolution is complex, multi-layered, and filled with mystery. It involves genetics, environment, diet, social behavior, tool use, and language. And yes, sometimes a little bit of shamanism. But if we're going to tell this story right, we need to anchor it in what we can test, trace, and understand. If you have watched my prior videos debunking wild evolution theories, you might see a common theme. Sensational ideas that tell a good story prosper in the public's imagination. Though the more sensational idea, the more critical we should be of it. Terence McKenna seemed like a pretty cool dude, and I think his hypothesis has done a great job inspiring discourse about our evolution. It is always good to have a fresh take from a creative mind, so for that I applaud him. Though psychedelic mushrooms may have not been a driving force in our evolution, I bet some hominins were having a crazy time
Yeah,
back in the
it
day.
definitely helped with
Now
culture.
that is a topic for a good movie. Maybe a comedy movie, I'm not sure. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far,
Hey, that was a W video. Shouts out to North02. Yeah, I'm gonna save this video for a different day. All right, let's go straight into this game. All right, let me. Let me boot this shit up. All right, so we got Ballxpit lock in. I have no clue what this game is gonna be like. I saw all I saw was a ball bouncing back and forth, and that's about it. I know nothing else. This game is loud. Let's bring this all down. Okay, that should be fine. Let's get right into this. I like this art style though. This art style is nice. Oh, okay. This is like Majora's Mask. I think that's right, game. A pit is all that remains. Oh shit, it took out that whole society. Now treasure seekers flock to explore the depths. Oh. Would y'all travel in a pit like this? Oh, it goes straight in. Okay. Yeah, obviously WASD. Do I have to dodge my own shots? Collect gems to... Wait, what are the gems? These? Oh wait, no, that's my bullets. Can I hold click? I can. Oh, these are the gems. There we go. So can I just not let them pass me type of thing? Oh, I shoot faster if I collect it. So it is like that game. You could press middle mouse button or F to toggle auto firing. Oh. I mean, I'm gonna just do it myself. It's not that much work, but... So, what was that thing that crashed into the town, though? Level up. Oh, there's stats. Oh. Okay. Increased range of which I pick up items goes 25 to 44. This game feels a little loud. Hold on. I'm gonna just lower it a bit more. There we go. Goes 25 to 44 hit damage. Passes through enemies. That actually sounds good. Deals 1 to 17 damage to up to 3 nearby enemies. Ooh, I gotta go the magic build though. I love magic. I meant lightning. Lightning magic is always fun. AoE also just sounds like a good idea, I can't lie. Okay. So far is very simple, which I would expect. It's the tutorial. Leadership level up? What does that do? Affects baby ball count. Oh, those are the small ones I shoot too. Game 1.5 baby balls, but your aim becomes scattered. Fuck that. Bottle tornado. When you catch a special ball, automatically shoot 1 to 3 new baby balls. Ooh. Bleed. Inflict 4 stacks of bleed. Bleeding enemies receive 1 damage per stack. I'm gonna get this one. Okay. So, does it just go until you lose, or is it like level based? What is that? Fusion reactor? Or fission? Randomly levels up your equipment 1 more time. Dope. Okay. So they both got leveled up. So even my upgrades I'm choosing get leveled up. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I need to start clearing these little things out. Give me more lightning. I should have checked if it increased my AoE, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't seem that bad of a life. Like, having to go down in the depths, I feel like this is the easiest type of creatures you could fight. They're just pretty stationary. I'm getting a level up fast. Decrease damage taken by 10%. I haven't really been hit. Oh, the chain does increase. Okay. Let's get more baby balls, though. When I get the special... Yeah, once I recatch the special ones I'm shooting out, so the lightning and spike ball, I shoot out more. Something tells me this... Oh, wait, no, it does stop. On the right, there's actually... The meter's increasing with every movement. Or every kill. What is that, gold? Die. Let me get this. Okay, low key. I'm killing them a little slower now. I gotta get some more shit. 25% chance to launch a baby ball when you pick up a gem. Balls deal 20% damage until they hit a wall. Increase crit chance to 30% when hitting enemies on the left side. Give me this. That seems like it's best. Okay, it's getting real close. Hold up, I gotta start focusing. Hold on, give me this fission. Upgrade my shit. Perfect. Oh, a boss? Why'd the layout change? Yup, it's a boss. Hold on, I should start shooting the balls in between spaces so it bounces between them. Oh my... Okay, so if they get too close, they automatically lock to me. Noted. Give me the burn. I need a different special. No. Oh my god. How do I know my health? Die. Oh my god. Collect, please. Come back in time. Okay. Give me the gems. Okay, I'm gonna kill this boss first because he's gonna deal OD damage if he actually gets close. Oh, this is perfect. This layout right here, I got it set right here. Die, bruh. Oh my god. Hold up. Let me shoot it like that. There we go. Oh my god, this is bad. Balls start off at 70% speed, but increase by 20% each bounce. Oh yeah, actually, that sounds pretty good. Okay, nice. Another upgrade. Passes through enemies, give me that. So I'm not going to be collecting the ghost a lot, but it's going to be going in the background, dealing damage. Okay. Balls that hit flaming enemies light on fire and deal 10 to 19 bonus fire damage. I'll upgrade that. The fireball. Die. Oh my god. I'm actually dead here, I think. I'm dead as fuck here. Wait, health. Oh my god, that kept me alive in one extra turn. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead as fuck, bro. Wow. Okay, I got through one boss. Wait. Oh, I keep gold. So is this like a roguelike? Okay. Return to base. That didn't feel that bad, actually. For a first run. Welcome to the new Ballxpit, your home base. Let's plant some wheat to get started. Oh, there's base building. Okay. Open the build menu for forest tile. All right, so that's for wood. Huh. Your workers have a limited time per harvest before getting exhausted. You can hold right click to speed up harvest or escape. Oh, I should have aimed it. Okay, I understand now. A successful harvest, you'll need the resources you gather to construct other building. Okay. Cool. So wheat, let's see. Oh, I need 2 wheat for a forest, then I need 2 wood for the boulder, and then go from there. So let's get another one of those. Can I shoot him out again? How do I shoot again? Oh, recovering. All right, well then, oh wait, I wanted to rearrange. Let's have it like this so that the ball would like go through it. Okay. And then let's go again. I didn't even level up. I almost did. How long does it take to recover? Okay, so I have to play around. I probably just read that. All right, going back. All right, I understand better now. I should probably at the start focus on getting multiple of the special balls because some of the effects have to do with the special nature of them and like spawning more. I'm not gonna lie, this is very satisfying. Like, this is a very simple game, but it's a very satisfying one. This one's new. Every 7 to 12 rows, spawn a stone soldier with 194 health on your side. Stone soldiers are immune to ball damage and move up the field, blocking and attacking enemies on the way. That actually sounds dope. Oh, there it is. Oh, and it's bouncing the balls. Okay. Yeah, I should focus on getting those ricochet hits. Like in there? Yes, sir. Make them bounce in there. Pause. Okay. Ooh, new ball. Vampire. Each hit has a 4.5 chance of healing. Brood Mother. 26 to 46 hit damage. Has a 25% chance of birthing a baby ball each time. That actually sounds a little better. Not even a little better. That just sounds better in general. I gotta be aware of these orbs too. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, vision. Okay, it's only one upgrade, but I'll take it. Egg sac explodes into 2 to 4 baby balls on hitting an enemy. 3-second cooldown. You can heal past your max health. Give me the new ball. Like I was saying, I'm gonna focus on the balls for this run. Pause. Jesus. Bro, I feel like I could turn my brain off for this game and just like play this for hours without even realizing. another fission. Hold on, let me get this XP, see if I could get another upgrade. More health. Give me another X-Sack and let's upgrade. Nice, it got leveled up. Oh my, everything got leveled up. It got 2 level ups. Okay, nice. Yeah, let me shoot it in there. It's dealing extra damage now. These things are getting clapped now. Hopefully I get a ghost one. The ghost one would be a very great pool. Because if it does a lot of damage in the back lane, I could just worry about the front lane. Gold. So I actually keep all the gold at the end. Oh wait, that's okay. There we go. Another one. Got the new special ball. Hold on, let me bounce it off the wall. Fusion combines any 2 fully upgraded balls, combining their properties into 1 ball. Balls can only be fused once? Yes. Fuse. Sure. Fuse these 2. Bleed times X-Sack. Okay, so it actually just gets both properties, but it turns into 1 ball. So I'm technically down a ball, but the effects are still the same. Freeze? Yes, please. I'm assuming that just slows it down. Oh, I got some of the balls in the back lane doing some crazy work up there. All right, I should focus this boss now. There we go. Silver bullet balls deal 20% damage until they hit a wall. Yes. I feel like there's never a reason for me to re-roll. I'm not gonna lie. Increase area effect, damage, earthquake, laser, and lightning. I don't have lightning. Oh, there is a limit. So I'll grab this because I feel like I am gonna get an AoE. Yeah, I'll just grab that because I want to keep that last slot for an AoE. Bro, this is so satisfying. Just constantly firing these and watching them all die. So there actually is a use to re-rolling. Because it makes sense that they will put a limit on what you can carry. Otherwise, you just get so broken, it doesn't matter. Yeah, fuse these 2. Let's get extra space. All right. Okay, this is actually going much better than all previous, well, I say all previous runs. I only have 1 run. But before I had multiple times I was getting hit at the start. I think I'm even further than I was last time, actually. I am noticing my damage is starting to fall off, though. Okay, this is actually a problem. I think I might have just jinxed myself. Hold up, let me lock in. Oh, give me that, give me that. Give me some upgrades, I need some damage. Thank you. Increase fire rate? That actually seems so good. Oh wait, earthquake though, I need that AoE. Yes. Okay, if I find the bow again, I do want that. Now that I got AoE, this is going to be much better. Bro, this earthquake is putting in work. Oh my god. That's what I really needed, a AoE move. Okay, this is a problem though. I need to work out this layer. Hold on, leave the health there, because I'm gonna get hit. Yeah, I am gonna get hit here, most likely. New boss, lock in. Fuse, thank you for that upgrade. I deeply needed that. The health potion is gone. I gotta grab this. I'm getting upgrades like crazy. Upgrade AoE again. I love that they keep giving me a AoE upgrade. Exactly what I needed. Clean up this whole row right here. How much health do I start with? Oh my god, all the orbs are up there. Okay. I have a bit more space, but this is still worrisome. Hold on, let me shoot it like right in there. Yeah. Right in this corner. How close is this boss to death, bro? Come on now. Bro, I've been lasering the fuck out of this thing. How is it not dead? Bro, die. Jesus. Floats around your character and shoots baby ball every 2 seconds. I'm not really getting healed, though. Oh my god, die. It just died with the potion there, bro. Wow. Okay. I got a perma upgrade, though. Okay, cool. Level 3. Increase the harvest clock by 0.2 seconds each time harvesting. Oh, yeah, let me get Stone Piercer. All right, return to base. All right, harvest. Ah, so I can't go through the forest, but I can with the wheat. There we go. Speed up. Nice. So I can build... I'm gonna build... I can go through them now. I could just keep the same type of thing going. This way I can shoot it like the same thing and it'll go through there, bounce off that, and yeah. All right, so I can also upgrade them. So I gotta beat the level to unlock people. All right, back in we go. I wonder if each run more stuff is upgraded. Or like abilities, I mean. Like more stuff is open. Because the first run, I didn't find all those other type of balls. There we go. I think that might be the method. Just shoot it in the back, and then once they come back, just focus on the front ones. Yeah, this is new. Increase movement speed by 10%. Give me the earthquake, though. I really want to start with the AoE. It seems like after it bounces off the back wall, it then hones into me. I thought I had to keep walking to them. Laser deals 8 to 15 damage to all enemies in the same column. Ooh. I actually will take that. Sounds interesting. Oh. Yeah, that's actually nice. I need that AoE upgrade. If I get an AoE upgrade with these two already. Nice. The 2 AoEs got upgraded. That's what we love to see. Okay, this is already a strong build. You can heal past your max health. How? Let me get less damage. Let me actually invest in my defense this time. I'm gonna just turn on the auto fire. I'm just holding my mouse down the whole time anyway. Might as well. Iron Ball deals double damage but moves 40% slower. Yeah, give me another ball. That's fine with me. Vision. Love the upgrade. So I got 4 special balls right now. 4 special balls and 1 passive. Bro, this game is fire. Oh my gosh. Now that I'm not holding the mouse button, I'm actually paying attention to where the balls are going. I was just looking at where I was firing before, but now I'm kind of just focusing on catching the get back. Yo, this laser is actually kind of crazy if you think about it. It's dealing like 50 damage in the whole row. That's a little insane. I feel like the laser is the best ball I have right now. Nah, let's get a fission. I'm not going to fuse yet. I'm not going to worry about fusing yet. If I get another ball, I'll... Or does it only show up... I'm sure it'll show me, no matter what. I was worried if I have like 4 already, it won't spawn another one for me to get, but I think it should. Yeah, let me get the turret this time. Any extra firing would be greatly appreciated, even if it's 2 seconds. I'm surprised a game like this hasn't been made until now. Because I remember as a kid playing, I don't remember the original name of it, but playing this game on the phone, like on my parents' phone as a kid, so often. And I'm surprised someone hasn't thought, yeah, let's just make this like a game, but up it. Just make it an actual game instead of a phone game. The vision is inside that guy. Yeah, upgrade the turret. Oh, double upgrade. Balls deal 150 times damage, but damage decays by 30% each time they bounce. What? That's actually kind of crazy. Let's get that. That sounds like good damage. 3 available. So this is the whole column. I wonder what this would look like. Earthquake X laser deals in a 4x4. Okay, so it's kind of the same. It looks cool though. I'll take it. I get another upgrade too. Vampire, yes. Give me this. I need some way to heal. I think it was limiting the balls I had, by the way. I think if I have 4, then it won't show me anymore. So I think fusing is just another way to expand my roster. I love that the mobs are also part of the music. Balls go through enemies and deal 25% bonus damage until they hit the back of the field. Sure. I'll try it. Why not? Yeah, so they go through enemies now, all the stuff. It kind of leaves me, like, alone back here, but whatever. I also got Vampire, so if I get slightly hit, it won't matter. Okay, yeah, it's kind of clearing the way even better. Like, if they get close, I'm kind of screwed, but it's like if they survive the onslaught up there. Like, they are getting destroyed up there. Like, see, look, like, I'll have the one outlier like this, but, like, once a ball comes back, it's done. Evolution. Evolution fuses certain combinations of fully upgraded balls into powerful new ones. Yeah, I'll try it. Ooh, the Iron Ball and the Bleed? Yes, please. Bro, this game looks fire. I love this art style. Hemorrhage. Inflicts 3 stacks of bleed when hitting an enemy with 12 stacks of bleed or more. Consumes all stacks of bleed to deal 20% of their health. Damn. And an upgrade. Yeah, increase that Vampire. No way I ran out of recording space. I'll have to rip this straight from the stream then. I gotta go through my clip folder. I was looking at my clip folder and I have like over 900 clips, bro. It is bad. I didn't think it got to that much. Okay. I have no clue how long the recording is that just ended. So I guess I'll do like another run after this. Yeah. It decays less, so it's gonna do more damage. And that's exactly what I need up there, because they are farming up there and constantly bouncing. So the less damage they lose, the better. That laser with the earthquake is putting in fucking work up there. I think that's the main thing putting in that work. The laser with the earthquake. Okay, it's a little scary right now. I wish there was a button to recall them, but hold up. I could walk up here to get them, I guess. I'm a little screwed right now. Okay, this is actually bad. This is very bad. I need to collect the balls. Okay, stop shooting. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. The skill is good, but like, since I can't recall the balls, they're just stuck up there. That is a farm, though. That's a farm. Okay, let's go back to the base. All right. Harvest. Probably like this. Exactly like that. All right. Build. Actually, no. Let's upgrade. Damn. I can upgrade, but I feel like... Hold on. I think I should just upgrade mainly. Okay. Let's get another run in. right? I think that's all I can do. Yeah, I'm doing one more run. Last run. I'm gonna just let it auto shoot for now. All baby balls deal 20% more damage? Yes, please. Oh shit, the ball got stuck up there. They spawned in on it. Give me the fire. Fire is a good passive. Maybe I should have waited for a level up. Oh wait, no, I'm not even close to one. Never mind. I definitely could have saved it. Earthquake, AoE. AoE with fire might be good. Or lightning. I think I should pair a AoE with a non-AoE type of thing instead of AoE with AoE. Because if I do that, like, more effects are happening other than just AoE. Or just a ball. Wait, I could speed this up. I just noticed. How? How do I do that? Settings. There's an actual speed up button at the top right. Button mapping. Increase game speed plus. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is much better. This is much better for my brain. Yeah, let's get more damage for the baby balls. Oh yeah, this is much faster and better. I mean, at this speed, I might do 2 runs. I'm not gonna lie. Depends on how long this shit is, or if I beat the level. Boom. Oh, this is new. Increase crit chance by 30% when hitting enemies on the right side. I don't really... I guess. Fine, I guess. I'm assuming they mean on... like that? Yeah, like that. Interesting. I mean, if I get the left and right upgrade, then it's just a plus in general on both sides. Oh, and the laser? Yes, please. Yes, please. And then the next time I get the fusion thing, I could pair... I'm probably going to pair the laser with bleed. I think that would be best. Like, get the whole row bleed. Oh, I didn't notice, but the laser also travels horizontally. It's not just vertical. Let me shoot it on this side. Farm that crit. There we go. Let's fuse. Yes. Oh, I came. It's not giving me the ability to fuse yet. Okay. Upgrade laser. I think 3 is the max level up. Midnight oil. Balls that hit flaming enemies light on fire. Yes. I do have a flame ball, so that actually would be best. Yeah, and if I pair that with, I mean, I could, depending on the options it gives me for the fusion, a fireball with AoE ability with that ability would be wonderful. Fusion, please. No, man, give me a fusion. I think they need to be at max level for a fusion to be available. So like right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the ability that decreases the damage with bounces. Oh, give me that, give me that, give me that. Evolution. No, give me the fusion. I want the Earthquake and Burn. Already form evolution, you can't fuse them. Oh. Oh, okay. Then yeah, just go ahead. Fuse. Magma. Emits lava blobs over time. Enemies who walk into lava blobs are dealt 14 to 28 damage and gain 1 stack of burn. Burn lasts for 3 seconds, dealing 3 to 8 damage per stack. The ball and its lava blobs also deals... Damn, that's a whole lot of damage. That was a great upgrade then. Oh yeah, look at all that fire. Wind. Passes through enemies and slows them down by 30% for 5 seconds, but deals 25% less damage. I don't... give me the vampire. I need some healing. Or I would like some healing. I don't even need it, for real. I haven't really taken damage, but I know I will. Unless there's a no-hit run. I'm about to run into a second boss without taking any damage. Farm the crit from the right. Oh, please. Hold on. I need to upgrade. Actually, yeah, upgrade this so I could fuse these two. Perfect. Bleed X laser horizontal. Oh, so there's... Okay. So it's specifically horizontal. Okay, I didn't even notice that it is different. That's still good, though. That's still great. Yes, sir. Farm that boss. Farm him now. Hold up. Get rid of these guys. I don't feel like taking damage from them. Give me the level up. Yeah, give me a new ball. I didn't even read it for real, but I just need a new one. There we go. Vision. Upgrade everything. And it's only one. Gotta upgrade though. Yeah, level up magma. Unlocks a new character? W. Wait, was that my first time beating the second boss? I actually don't remember. But I'm glad I unlocked the character. Yeah, just maximize the magma. Let me start farming the right. I'm not gonna lie, having the plus damage on the right side with horizontal is crazy. Because that means the whole laser is on the right side, I think. Does the laser count as that damage? I don't think so, actually. I think I'm just yapping. Vampire, yes please. I think I might have run into the big boss in a sec, based on that map on the right side. My face cam's covering it a bit, but come on. I need to focus on the close ones. Balls, return to me, please. We must farm close range. We are getting cooked. Okay. Yeah. Let's get that. No! Die. Please, bro. Let me not lose this run before I run into the boss. Please. I need this vampire ball to start proccing right now. It's all the way up there. It's just bouncing in the back lane. Bro, it's being a BP right now. It is going crazy, though. I can't lie. Look at it go up there. Here's the boss. Lock in. Oh, it stopped. Is it going backwards, or are they just still walking forward? Oh, it's a skeleton. It's Skeletron. Why is it actually somewhat like Skeletron? Oh, I am going backwards. Oh, shit. I gotta kill it while walking backwards before I get to the end. Is that what's happening? How is it taking damage? Oh, the crown. The crown is taking damage. So I gotta sneak some shit back there. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be easy as fuck dodging this shit. I fought Sands before. I already know how to deal with you fucking skeleton people. Alright, hold up. I gotta bounce it like that. This is actually just a Sands boss fight. Okay. Yeah, I should just keep firing on the right side. Wait, can I just... Kinda. That kind of baits the attack in an ideal spot for me. Yeah, this boss is mad easy. What the fuck? This boss is easier than the mobs. Unless it has a new phase at some point. Yeah, this boss is a little bit easy. I can't lie. Bro, Undertale prepared me for this fight. I came in cat, bro. This shit a little too easy for me. This music is bumping though. Whoops. Bro, before I haven't even gotten hit by the boss and I got hit by the mob before the boss. That's sad. I just got to be careful of when I'm shooting. I mean, I'm auto firing, but like the speed changes. Like my speed changes from when I'm firing. Fuck. Like that. I wanted the slow-mo movement. Yo, this boss is so simple. I'm gonna shut up. And is dead. Not 600 gold. Oh my god. Gain 0.05 status effect power for each character you've completed the bone X yard with. Each fast tier completed on top adds a 0.005 bonus per character. Wait. Gain point. You know what? I don't care. Enough. Unlocks new character. Bet. I can make that home eventually. One more until next lift upgrade. Sure. That was a 15-minute run. I didn't feel like it. That shit was simple though. Hey, you know what? I think that's a great spot to end this game on though. I'm gonna upgrade this base right quick. Let's see what I got. Oh, dark ball, Cursed elixir. I'll read it next time I play this. Voodoo doll and pressure valve. Yeah, let's see. Housing. Oh wait, that actually is a good placement. The itchy finger. Okay. I need more stone. So since I can upgrade stuff like that. Okay, I just need more wood. So let's harvest. So let's see. Nah, that's a bad bounce right there. This is a much better bounce right here. I believe in that. Oh wait, I got extra farmer. There we go. So I can upgrade that now. Boom, boom. Let's get more of that. Yeah, I may be broke, but my resources are about to be crazy now. Hey, you know what? Hey, this was a fun stream though. I need to figure out my device storage though. I can't believe I actually just ran out halfway through. But yeah, have a good one stream. This game is fucking